Now, you may be thinking just how much Fenyx is enough. The answer, of course, is that you can never have enough Fenyx. Or at least that's what this player felt. However, it seems that this sentiment isn't actually shared by the developers of Immortals Fenyx Rising. There are 3 sizable DLC expansions for the game, yet out of the 3, only 1 features Fenyx as a playable character, and as you will see, this reviewer revelled in our hero's omission for one, and, well, for the other. The 3 DLC expansions are A New God, released on January the 28th, 2021, Myths of the Eastern Realm, released on March the 25th of 2021, and The Lost Gods, released on April the 22nd of 2021. Although all 3 DLCs were released as expansions to the game, Myths of the Eastern Realm and The Lost Gods can be played before you finish the base game, although The Lost Gods' narrative and story will make much more sense if you have completed the main game. A New God, however, is to be played after the main game story is completed. So to the first and only DLC to actually feature Fenyx in all her or his godly splendour. A New God takes up immediately after the ending of Immortals Fenyx Rising and sees our hero ready to take their place in Olympus. Things, though, are not going to be that straightforward, as our fledgling new god must undertake, by the decree of Zeus, trials, not only to prove their worthiness of godliness, but to also determine godly role they should fulfill. The vision of Olympus itself is a beautifully realised environment to explore. However, this expansion is centred around puzzle-solving levels much akin to the vaults in the base game. So, if you enjoyed those levels, you're going to have a lot of fun here. But if the puzzle levels weren't your favourite aspect of the game, then you're going to find very little here that will hold your attention. As an expansion though, A New God is a good healthy slice of Fenyx, and this reviewer enjoyed the numerous challenges within it. There are also some nice new weapons and pieces of armour to collect, as well as some other collectibles to get hold of. The second DLC expansion, Myths of the Eastern Realm, is absolutely remarkable. Developed by Ubisoft's Chengdu studio, this DLC is almost a complete standalone game in its own right and features a new protagonist named Ku, who must help the goddess Nuwa regain control of the Eastern Realm. Myths of the Eastern Realm is both familiar and different to the base game. It has a reworked skill system as well as different approaches to both health and stamina upgrades. The story and narrative are grounded in Chinese mythology, and as with the main game, a lot of this will be unfamiliar to players unless they have specific knowledge of that mythology. Yet it really doesn't matter, because if you are anything like this player, you will soon be happily exploring the sizable and wonderfully realised Eastern-inspired map and getting involved in the multitude of various activities, which are all unique adaptations from the original. Ku's martial arts prowess in combat is also really cool to behold. Myths of the Eastern Realm is a very rewarding and worthwhile departure from the Golden Isle, and points to the idea that future Immortals escapades could be set anywhere at any time in any mythology. The possibilities are vast. And to the final DLC expansion for Immortals Fenyx Rising, The Lost Gods. As has been made clear at the end of the base game and again explored in A New God, there were various gods missing from both the Golden Isle and Olympus itself. Now, without revealing too much, it falls on Fenyx to attempt to unite the gods, but Fenyx, for some reason, is not allowed to leave Olympus by order of Zeus. This dilemma leads our new god and Athena to recruit a mortal called Ash as a champion. So far, so good. In fact, the scope of this DLC expansion is extremely large. Everything that was familiar within the base game is here in a beautifully created map, again separated into different regions. All of the familiar activities are here, although not as numerous as within the main game. But, and this is a big but, for some reason we are given a top-down isometric view akin to the Diablo or original God of War series. Although you are able to move the camera 360 degrees around your character, the camera angle and the height is fixed. You cannot move the camera up or down, and this completely restricts your ability to see. It makes both navigating the environment and combat so much harder. Although this reviewer can see what the developers were attempting to do, what it actually ends up doing is stifling the whole Immortals experience. As this player continued to progress through the story and the new environments, he couldn't help wondering every few minutes why they had decided to do this. It would have been a vastly better experience if they had just left the gameplay and the view as it was in everything else. The new reworked skill system, which includes different types of enhancements, is a little convoluted and takes some time to get used to, although it is a novel idea. There though seems to be an imbalance with enemy power here. This reviewer had managed to gain a lot of stamina and a fair amount of health, but on the normal level of difficulty started to get absolutely pummeled by mobs as he attempted to follow the story, which isn't as always clearly signposted as this player would have liked. What compounds the difficulty though is that you are unable to save when you want, and the game rarely autosaves your position. You are only able to save at specific save points. This means if you die, it usually resets your progress to the last save point. At times I felt like I was playing Bloodborne, not Immortals Fenyx Rising. For this reviewer, The Lost Gods is the weakest offering of the three, although you may well find that you enjoy its originality. Gareth Coker returns to offer not only some new and variant themes from the original game, but an absolutely stunning Oriental-inspired and grounded original soundtrack for Myths of the Eastern Realm, utilising authentic Oriental instruments and proving to be a highlight of the entire DLC. On balance, the 3 DLC expansions for Immortals Fenyx Rising certainly offer a lot between them, many hours of new and innovative types of gameplay experiences that are often a departure from the familiarity of the base game. For this reviewer though, he wants more Fenyx.